A quiet city in the heart of Ohio is disrupted after a family and neighbor go missing in early November 2010. As investigators are closing in, the prime suspect writes a confession explaining every grisly detail that happened that November night and the days following. Join us as we look at how a burglary attempt goes from taking property to taking lives with the case of Matthew Hoffman. On the morning of November 11, 2010, Tina Herman, her two children, Cody, who was 11, and Sarah, who was 13, and a neighborhood friend, Stephanie Sprang, were reported missing by family and friends. Over the next 3 days, police and members of the community were out looking for the missing family and neighbor. During the investigation, the police were able to locate Tina's Ford pickup truck on a bike trail near Kenyon College. While the police were looking through the truck for evidence, a man on his bike pulled up to the scene. The police questioned him, and he claimed that he was waiting for his girlfriend to get off of work at a nearby hotel. They led him on his way to continue their investigation. At the Herman household, investigators found a Walmart bag with 2 tarps and a box of 5-gallon heavy-duty trash bags. Investigators went to the store to look at the surveillance cameras to see if they could catch the person who purchased those items. To their surprise, the person purchasing the items was the same man that was on the bike by the name of Matthew Hoffman. At around 8 in the morning of November 14th, authorities busted down the door to Matthew Hoffman's house to find him asleep on the couch. While searching the home, investigators were shocked at what they had found. In the living room, there was a tarp on the floor that had a 3-foot-tall leaf pile. There were 3 floor-to-ceiling rows of bagged leaves also hanging on the living room wall. When entering the bathroom, they found more than 110 bags of leaves attached to the wall. The leaves covered the mirror and then surrounded the toilet. When looking in the kitchen, investigators found the fridge stocked with very little food, with the freezer holding 2 unskilled squirrels and a red popsicle. There was also a sewing cabinet that appeared to block the basement door. They moved the cabinet and went down in the basement. This is where they found Sarah alive on a makeshift bed of leaves. Hoffman was arrested and brought to an interrogation room to hopefully find the remaining family members and neighbor. He refused to speak most of the 4-hour investigation. He was returned to his holding cell. A few days later, Hoffman claimed that he had a bad dream where he opened a trash bag at a food processing plant and saw cut-up body parts and got a sick feeling. Upon waking, he decided to write a confession. In his confession, Hoffman stated that he only intended to burglarize the house and that he did not intend to hurt anyone. He stated that he slept in the woods across the street from the house. In the morning around 9 a.m., he saw Tina Herman send the kids to school and then leave the house herself. This is when he entered the home through a garage door that was slightly open. Around an hour later, Tina returned home with Stephanie. As the women were entering the house, they happened upon Hoffman. In a panic, he took a hunting knife, which he had purchased online, and proceeded to stab the women to death. He stayed in the home, panicked at the realization of what he had just done. He was still in the home when the kids arrived home from school. As they entered the home, they were also ambushed by Hoffman. Sarah ran into the back bedroom, and he turned his attention on Cody and stabbed him to death as well. He also killed the family dog because it was barking too much. He then grabbed a cord from a fan and tied Sarah up. He brought her to his home and then went back to cut up the bodies and dispose them in a 6-foot-tall tree. After this, he cleaned up and planned on going back later to blow up the houses and cars to erase all evidence. This led the investigators to the tree, where they were able to find the cut-up remains of Tina, Cody, and Stephanie. Hoffman was charged with not only murder, but aggravated burglary, kidnapping, rape, tampering with evidence, and abuse of a corpse, and was sentenced to life without parole. Sarah was returned to her father. She continued school and is continuing therapy to help get through the ordeal. This is 5-Minute Crimes. Be sure to subscribe to get updated on future videos, including the extended version of this video. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.